So here I am using my new Esri Casper solution. As you can see, this tool has analysis tools and planning tools for the Casper process. Also, we have a set of layouts that will help users in their printing process. Moreover, we have a complete set of tasks that will help the user through the cluster sampling process and through the analysis process. Let's start with the cluster sampling process. The first step is to define the point of reference. In this case, the place where I want to conduct my Casper process. We will select the Norwich area, and then we will save our editions. Then we will use this point of reference to bring all the census blocks of the county, in this case of the LA County. So let's use a name here, save, and run this tool. Notice that every step has user's instructions. This will let any member of my team to perform this process. Great. So we will get the LA County census blocks. Now, if the user wants to reduce further the area of study, he has two options. The first one is to define an area of interest. So he can draw an area of interest where he can conduct his Casper process. The second option is to have a boundary defined. In this case, we have a layer of reference with the boundaries of Norwich. We can use this layer to intersect our census blocks. So we select LA County, we select Norwich boundary, and now we set a name. Now the user has the options to intersect every element or to preserve the integrity of every block. For this specific case, let's choose do not clip elements to preserve the integrity. And there we go. As you can see, every block has been preserved. Now, we will need to obtain the variables that are necessary for the pseudo-random sampling. Normally, the variables used are first, the total number of housing units per each block, or the total number of occupied housing units. So we will geo-enrich our layer by using those variables. We set a name. Perfect. And if the user wants to add a new variable, he just needs to select the country, to select the data collection, and he can select, for example, an interesting variable such as the total number of housing units projected for 2017. And he just needs to run the tool. Perfect. We are getting the data. As you can see, we are integrating these variables in our database. It is incredible how simple is now this process. Perfect. So we have now the Norwich enrich layer. We are ready to perform our cluster selection. To do that, we will use the cluster sampling process. So we select the enrich layer. Then we select the units. For this specific exercise, we will select the 2010 total housing units. And then, according to the CDC standards, we have to select 30 clusters and 7 housing units. We define an output layer, a name, and we run this tool. As you can see, we get the results. It is wonderful that this process has been really simplified. Now, if my users want to access to this layer, I can publish this by using the last step, which is publish cluster layer to my ArcGIS Online organizational account. So we call the share as a web layer, we give it a name, and then we can publish this layer. However, if you have some users that don't have access to ArcGIS Online, or maybe you want to share printed maps, this tool also has the capabilities for automating the printing process. So for example, let me show you here. You will have a planning layout, and with just some clicks you can configure interesting options. Let me show you. I will select the block ID. I will select the object ID to sort my elements. Okay, I'm ready. We have a complete set of maps with interesting data for all my users. I can send all these maps to be printed automatically. So it is great that I have reduced the time and complexity of the Casper sampling. Now I am ready for the fieldwork planning. To start my fieldwork planning, I have a configurable template that contains all the CDC question bank. With just few clicks using Survey 123 Connect, I can import this file and then set a meaningful name. There we go. And we create the new smart form. Perfect. So right now I can publish this smart form to let all my users in the field access this questionnaire. However, if I want to modify the questions, it is that simple. Then just insert a new row and insert a new question here. So we insert the new question and save. Perfect. Look how easy it is to update this smart form. So we have the new question: do you feel that the air quality is affecting your health? And we can collect that data. This is really important because it's not longer necessary to worry about the printing time of the surveys and the cost of manual operations when a change is needed. Moreover, these surveys are smart, showing and hiding information according to the need, and ensuring the data quality by using smart rules. For example, how many people slept in your house last night? And then the breakdown. How many people is less than 2 years? Between 2 and 70, 18 and 64. And as you can see, I told that I have 20. If I enter a number that does not match with the previous answer, I will get an error message. As you can see, I am validating the input data, so the quality control time will be reduced considerably. Once the template is configured, I am ready to publish and share it with my field workers. But that is not all. This solution also includes a set of configurable operational dashboard that shows important information according to the CDC standard. For example, in this operational status dashboard, we can see the completion rate. In this case, the completion rate is the number of completed interviews divided by the number of the interviews goal. Also, we can see the progress by team. We can filter the information to see where the completed or refusal surveys were conducted, and even we can filter the information by team. This is really important. By the way, this dashboard has been shared with the mayor's office, so now they have a complete operational awareness of the Casper process. This is a great advantage. But also, we have a demographic data dashboard that shows the distribution of age and races. Finally, we have a medical emergency dashboard which allows field workers to report emergencies and thus serve the community more effectively. No doubt, this is a big change in the way Casper has been conducted in this community. Finally, after the service has been carried out, it's time to analyze the data and make estimations. Let's do that. To perform the analysis, I will use the new workflow for Casper analysis. The first step is to use the prepare and export data. As you probably know, most health agencies and epidemiologists work with EpiInfo to carry out the analysis of Casper data. So I need to generate an Excel file with the EpiInfo data structure that it is necessary for the analysis. So I will select the clusters. In this case, I will bring the online layer that was published in the previous steps. I will select the survey. Perfect. The area of study is the enriched layer, and then I will generate an output. Ready, save. Also, I will generate a pre-analysis feature layer. This layer, it's optional and it will be used if the GIS analyst does not have EpiInfo in his machine. So let's run this tool. Excellent. So let's check the new Excel file. To check the Excel file, we will use EpiInfo. So let me bring EpiInfo. We will read the new layer. Browse. Perfect, the new interoperability file. And you can see how EpiInfo can read it. Then we will perform our analysis. In this case, I want to know the spatial distribution of the diagnosed disease in my study area. So I will check these values. I will select the weighting field, which is a field generated in the data preparation, and I will click OK. Perfect. This is valuable information. As you can see, more than 50% of people in Norwich has been diagnosed with asthma. This is really important. Now, as a GIS analyst, if I don't have EpiInfo or another statistical software in my computer, I can use the Quick Report tool to generate my own report here in ArcGIS Pro. So we select the pre-analysis. Again, the question and we run the tool. Already. So we can open this and you will see that we get the same results as epinfo. To sum up, I have been able to carry out the whole process in time record. But not only that, we have been able to establish a continuous communications with the mayor's office, letting them know the Casper status. And most importantly, let me share this last slide. And more importantly, now we have a complete solution that integrates all the process of the Casper methodology, reducing the time, cost, and complexity of this process. No doubt, the Esri Casper solution is a valuable asset for the health community. Thank you.